What is up, everybody? This is Matt, the host of the Jammies, and we have episode 16.5, the Midway episode for March here. So we're working our way through the winter time. We had one nice day of 45 degrees, beautiful sunshine and whatnot, and now we're just gonna get hit with like 24 inches of snow. So yeah, we're trying our best to work through it, but we're on the precipice of spring, and spring is gonna bring spring's gonna bring some great music with it. And we are just gonna mention some different artists that we've been checking out lately. We're gonna touch on any of the albums that I have my eye on that are coming out in, March, early April as well. So we'll go through all that. But yeah, welcome into the second ever Midway episode, a Midway check-in, if you will, of the Jammies and what we're working on for episode 17 that'll be coming out on March 27th, that last Friday of March. So yeah, we are cooking up these Midway episodes basically to not only just get more content out there, to have more often check-ins with the Jammies and with the fans out there, but just to have a better idea of albums, EPs that are releasing, just be on top of that with their release dates and be able to share right when an album's coming out instead of waiting until the end of the month. We're just splitting this in half. It's also an opportunity to let you guys know what I've been listening to. If you want to be checking out more music, if you need more recommendations, but also if you are looking for more context to the shows, like the main episodes, you'll have a opportunity to basically get a head start. If I'm talking about maybe like Sam Fender or something like that, you've never really deep dove into Sam Fender, then if you had at the time, check him out and you'll have more context to when you listen to the main episode when I'm diving into that, if I do. So that's the premise of it. And I'm hoping in the future maybe to have like fan mail, maybe some guests on the show, different things like that. Maybe go over artist recommendations from the fans. A lot of ideas, and right now it's just going to be quick 5 to 10 minute episodes, but there's definitely room to grow out this middle episode as well. But try to keep them short just to keep the editing down and the content flowing here. So nothing's changing with the main episodes. We'll still have the full episodes on the last Friday of every month. Again, the next one's going to be out on March 27th. But let's jump into the albums and artists that I'm going to be mentioning for sure in episode 17. The two artists that I know for a fact that I'm going to be talking about in episode 17 are going to be the artists, the Technicolors, and the artist Spill Tab. So the Technicolors, I'm going to be mainly focusing on their second and third album. Their second album is called Ultraviolet Disguise, and their third album is called Metaphysical. These are albums that have come out about a decade ago, actually, at this point, but I have never really heard of the Technicolors, really have been enjoying this music. So if you wanted to jump into their albums, we'll be having a good size segment on episode 17 to discuss the Technicolors. Spill Tab is one that I recently stumbled into. It was a Spotify recommendation for their latest album called AngieAngieAngie. It's actually a deluxe or extended album. And they released an album just called Angie, and then the AngieAngieAngie is actually a extended album there. So those are the two artists that for sure I know I'm going to be talking about, and specifically really those albums I'm going to be deep diving into. I've really been enjoying them, queuing them up a lot, so I know I'm going to be talking about that. So some of the new and upcoming albums for March, a couple that I've already been listening to and enjoying quite a bit. We have the album Momentum by Neverending Fall. This one was released on March 6th. As well as another one released on March 6th is called Around the Fire. This is Moondoggy's third album. So we got a new album from Neverending Fall, new album from Moondoggy. Definitely enjoying those ones so far, and I do at least plan on talking about both those albums shortly during episode 17. In terms of some albums that have yet to come out or I haven't had my hands on, or I guess ears on yet, we have two that are actually releasing the same day as this Midway episode, March 13th. We have one that I am at least going to listen through one time. It's by a band named Mellow Swells. They have some older music. They haven't really released music in quite a bit, but they have a new album actually coming out called Take Me With You. There was a single on there. I think it's called Brantley's Eagle or something like that. And I really like that one enough to be like, yeah, I'll check out the album by Mellow Swells. And another one, we've been talking about it this year so far, but it is the new album from Quarters. This is called I Hope This Isn't the End of the World. And again, that one is actually releasing today as of the day of this posting here, March 13th. So if you're listening to it right now, that means that I Hope This Isn't the End of the World is out. it's definitely my most anticipated album for this month. Very much excited about that one, and I'm hoping that it pays off for us. Just actually today, as of recording, I'm recording on March 11th, and just saw that Sam Barber is actually releasing a new album. This one is going to be on April 3rd, so I figured I'd bring it up here. That's pretty early in April. This one is a brand new album called Broken View. There's actually one single out from the album. It's called Borrowed Time. I was going to talk about it on episode 17, but now we have a whole album actually to look forward to. And again, that one's Broken View by Sam Barber, out on April 3rd. Another one coming out on April 3rd is the band Junkyard Cat. They have a new EP. It's actually just called Junkyard Cat. So this EP's got 5 songs on it. They released a new single called Fool. I really like the single. Again, I was going to mention the single on episode 17, but it turns out it is going to be a part of a full 5-song EP. So more to look forward to from Junkyard Cat as well. So yeah, those are the big albums for March. Just snuck early April in as well. And there'll be a couple more albums to probably mention during episode 17, but we're just kind of sticking with the month that we're talking in. But yeah, Hall Pass actually announced that their debut album is going to be coming out in April as well. So we got a whole bunch to look forward to. Besides that, I have a couple singles to talk about, and that'll basically wrap up this little midway episode here. I got to mention a single from Codfish. It's the beatboxer that I feel like we keep on talking about, but he's released more music recently than I feel like he ever has in terms of releasing music on Spotify. So he has a new single called I've Always Been Strange. Again, that's by Codfish. And this is just one of my favorites by him, where I love every one of his songs. They always seem to hook me. Like no matter what I'm listening to it, it's always in my like songs. It's being queued up over and over when there's a new song out by Codfish. But this one's really got one hell of a bass drop in. Definitely check that one out. There was just 2 in the span of like 2 weeks that he dropped. So Codfish releasing a whole bunch of music. I think he's competing in a couple different competitions as always. And yeah, I don't know. If Codfish released a beatbox album, like I think he could definitely do it. I feel like the music is just, it's truly ready for an album. Like he makes some of the most unique, best beatbox music out there that actually would hold up, I feel like, front to back on an album. So I don't know if that'll ever be a thing, but I do just have a playlist for Codfish that has every song that's been released on Spotify. So I can just pretend that that's an album, right? It's up to like 15 songs now. So yeah, he's been cooking lately, and I definitely would recommend him to anybody that's looking to just get like hyped and just see somebody in their craft, like just doing it better than anybody, I feel like. So that's Codfish. That's enough on that. Yeah, a couple other singles. There's a single called You and Me by Cameron Whitcomb. That is a good one that I've been listening to lately. Came out recently. Then I just want to mention the single, the song called Somebody by Good Neighbors. This is off of actually the Blue Sky Mentality Deluxe album. That one released on February 13th. That's a good one. There's a couple more on that deluxe album. We talked quite a bit about Good Neighbors with their latest album, Blue Sky Mentality, but did want to just shout them out for the deluxe album that came out in February. And that is that. So I'm still kind of getting grips on what I'm doing with these midway episodes. I definitely want to mainly mention, again, the artists that I know for a fact I'm going to be talking about, as well as the albums that are kind of surfacing in the same month on the calendar here. So besides all of that, do follow the show. You're going to be notified anytime a new episode drops. So these will be kind of midway point on a Friday during the month. And then you also have last Friday of every month is going to be the main episodes. But there's going to be a couple episodes this year. I was just looking through the calendar. There's going to be a couple episodes that are maybe like, honestly, like the first Friday of a couple of months, just because it lands like on the first, second, or maybe third day of a month. That Friday does. So do just follow the podcast so that you can be notified, never miss an episode. If you have any recommendations for the show, if you've been enjoying any of the recommendations, and if you have any music that you make that you wanted to showcase on the Jammies, do reach out. It's at thejammieshow@gmail.com, or just click into the description. Every episode has a Jammies playlist. There's a link in the description for every single episode out there. This is going to link you to any of the songs that I mentioned during an episode. I try to include everything that I speak on. So Jamie's playlist, definitely go into that link. It'll bring you to Spotify, and it'll be a lot easier to actually find and shuffle up this music I always talk about. So that is the midway episode for in between 16 and 17. We're going to call it 16.5. And yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. Again, we're inching towards spring. I mean, if you live in a different area, not so far north in the United States here, maybe you're already enjoying some sunshine more often, but for us Wisconsin folks and a lot of other people. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. We're almost to some spring. I know we're all clamoring for it. I'm super excited. I just have so many projects I'm working on, and I can't wait for it to just be warmer weather, get all that motivation from some fresh air and whatnot. So everybody stay well, and we'll talk to you real soon. Again, next episode is dropping on March 27th, that last Friday of March. And we got tons to talk about as always. So I will catch you guys then. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. And keep on jamming.